as president of the Ohio Academy of Family Physicians.
I recognize the trust my peers have placed in me.
I recognize the trust my peers have placed in me.
By electing me to this position.
By electing me to this position.
I am committed to serve the specialty of family medicine.
I am committed to serve the specialty of family medicine.
The state and national academies.
The state and national academies.
And our members and patients.
And our members and patients.
With professionalism and creativity.
With professionalism and creativity.
I resolve to honor this trust.
I resolve to honor this trust.
And commitment.
And commitment.
By devoting myself.
By devoting myself.
To upholding and maintaining.
To upholding and maintaining.
The dignity.
The dignity.
And official responsibilities of my elected office.
And official responsibilities of my elected office.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, honored guests and dignitaries, it is my pleasure to welcome to you Dr. Michael Sevilla as your duly installed president of the Ohio Academy of Family Physicians.
We have a pin. We have the official pin.
Okay.
Chris is here for the official pin.
Draw from blood, Chris.
I'm getting pinned.
Nice job.
And then we have the official medallion. All right. It's a lot more emotional than I thought. Okay. Be the change you want to see in this world. As I've been frantically writing and rewriting these remarks, I've returned back to this phrase, which has really shaped my life. But let me back up. My name is Mike Sevilla, and I am your OAFP president for the next year. I was born and raised in this great state of Ohio. My parents are immigrants from the Philippines. Both of my parents came to Youngstown, Ohio to work in healthcare. My dad is a now retired ear, nose, and throat surgeon who worked in the Youngstown area for over 30 years. I was born, raised, and now work in northeastern Ohio in the great small town of Salem, Ohio. Population 11,715. Now, when I entered medical school, it was my dream to put up my own shingle and be in full-time private practice. And I'm living that dream right now. I'm in a group with 3 other family physicians and a nurse practitioner in a practice that has been in this town for almost 50 years. Now, one of my messages tonight is to our medical student and resident friends to let them know that you can still work for yourself. You can still be an independent family medicine practice, and you can be your own boss. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against our friends who are employed. However, I still see medical students in my office who didn't even think this was possible. Be the change you want to see in this world. Now, I know it's not all fun and games these days. Not only are we dealing with the everyday issues of the pandemic and what we're doing about kids returning to school, There are other issues that are facing family medicine even before this pandemic. As Gary noted, dealing with administrative burden, the need for payment reform, scope of practice issues, but also the need to address social determinants of health, the need to address institutional racism, the need to address health disparities, the need to address gun violence, and others. Did you know it's been 12 months since those tragic shootings in the Oregon district of Dayton, Ohio? What has been done since then? Be the change you want to see in this world. For me, this pandemic world we're living in is an opportunity. You've heard probably way too much the cliche of living in unprecedented times. For me, this means we can take unprecedented steps. We have a clean slate. There's no tradition we need to honor. We are blazing trails and making history right now. One of the themes of my presidency will be these three words: educate, communicate, and advocate. It is my goal that this will be the most proactive membership and presidency we've ever seen. For too long, we've been reacting to the world, and we've been reacting to the signs of the times. I'm challenging you to change that and be proactive. Be the change you want to see in this world. You can start right now. I know everyone has their face mask handy. I know everyone is sick of hearing the word selfie. But here's my first challenge to all of you listening out there to me right now. I challenge you to take a picture of yourself in your mask for advocacy, to be proactive, to tell the world what family medicine and family physicians believe about using a face mask in Ohio. Step 1, educate the community. Step 2, communicate. It's no secret I love technology, and I've been preaching the power of social media. It's not all about showing what you've had for breakfast anymore. Especially during this election year, we have to communicate who we are as family physicians and what we believe in. For those of you who are adept and familiar with social media, you know what to do with that face mask selfie. But those of you who don't, that's okay, because we can teach you how to tell the story of family medicine through digital communication and social media. Now, I had the honor of being involved in our nominating committee this year in electing OAFP's elected leadership for next year. And I'm fascinated and continually inspired by our residents and students and the talent and passion that they have for family medicine. What do they say? Every single one of them said we need social media communication to network with residents, students, people in our community, legislators, and anyone who will listen. Student residents are our future, and we should listen to them. Step 3, be an advocate. Sounds simple, right? But I understand, I get it. I talk to OAFP members all the time, and they say, hey, Mike, that's not really for me. I'll leave that up to you. We can't do that anymore. It is 86 days until the November election. But more importantly, it is 57 days until October 5th, which is when voter registration ends in Ohio. What are you doing to ensure your patients' voices are heard? We can no longer be reactive. We have to be proactive. Be the change you want to see in this world. Now, I can go on, but I know I have limited time, but I want to be accessible to all of you. I want to hear your stories. It's pretty easy to find me. I'm all over social media. And my challenge to you, tell your story to me, your community, and anyone who will listen. Let's do this. I am honored and I appreciate the opportunity to serve as your OAFP president over this next year. Educate, communicate, and advocate. Be the change you want to see in this world. Thank you. Dr. Harley, back to you, my friend.